bitch. Nancy to your name, Elizabeth. The third world, it's time for switching.
Today, to be with us, I know absolutely nothing about Speak for himself, Professor Aziz.
This is very kind of you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like just first of all to greet you from the members of the Group for Research and Initiative for the Liberation of Africa. I'm very proud to announce that the international campaign.
Those slides.
Yes, but this is my second topic. Yeah. It's coming. I was saying that I was very happy and proud to say that after 20 years we managed to have a trial starting in Burkina Faso after the revolution, and I have the honor to coordinate this network of lawyers, 21 lawyers after 20 years. We just had the autopsy 4 days ago, and for those of you who are aware, Thomas Sankara actually raised his hand and was killed by several bullets. We have now the proof that he really surrendered and was cowardly assassinated. One of the people who actually was member is General Gendere. He has been arrested and indicted, and this is actually the last revolution in Africa, and I think it's important to mention. So the historic nature of the Manchester Pan-African Congress, in the sense of contribution to our struggle to the first liberation of African from the colonial yoke, merits celebration, and I'm delighted and honored to be granted a few minutes to address two important issues. The first is the military recolonization of the African continent, and the second is the call for the first Federalist Pan-African Congress. Let me just start quickly with this one. The call for the first Pan-African Federalist Congress, we have created an international provisional initiating committee. It is based in Dakar. This Pan-Africanist Federalist movement that we are building in order to sustain the campaign is part of the global anti-apartheid movement, the Pan-African movement, the Negritude movement, the Black Power movement, the Civil Rights movement, and so on. But its sole focus is to campaign for the birth of the Federalist Union of the African States. The focus of this initiative is to conduct a campaign for the birth of the United African States, and the Congress should be held in Accra in 2 years. And this is a great moment, I think, for us all to join, and I'm sure that we're going to learn from the current here in Manchester, because this long legacy of 70 years is now about to mushroom. It's about time. Why is it now about time? It's because the second topic, and this is really a dangerous matter, they don't want to tell us, but this is what is really happening. Legally. From its base in Stuttgart, AFRICOM, the US Africa Command stretches out its tentacles across Africa, taking advantage of an extraordinary conjuncture of geopolitical, economic, and geostrategic disputes that are undermining the continent. Even in Germany, many people are opposed to violence and stand in solidarity with our anti-militaristic initiative. This is the image of the base. Most of you probably have never seen it. It contained 5,000 people. The German constitution prescribed at Article 26 that all preparation for war or aggression carried out on its soil risk disturbing the peace between people, and it's actually against that constitution. It's a long story. These are images from our film. It's called AFRICOM Go Home. It's on YouTube, AFRICOM Go Home. Foreign bases out of Africa, please guys, spread it, because they don't want us to know what is really going on. We should only put our faith in an all-African army whose sole purpose should be to defend the territorial integrity of the continent and help us to maintain peace under the umbrella of a true Pan-African force. So please watch this film. Our Pan-Africanism presumes a self-reliant continental integration whose goal is social progress. Our intentions are in direct opposition to the prevailing tendency of being co-opted again and having our armies transformed into auxiliary forces under foreign command. As proxy forces, some of these co-opted forces have generally been charged with extinguishing conflict within the society that, more often than not, have also been engineered by the same world order to facilitate access to Africa's natural resource. So, in defending the interest of our people, we must depend on our own sense of unity and stop waiting for NATO and AFRICOM to do our job for us. This is the only way we can be assured of shattering our own past and bringing about the integrated development of the African continent. The Panafricanist, resolutely anti-imperialist movement, crystallizing in the wake of the internationalism of the 20th century, articulates its strategy to defend the commons and regain the sovereignty of nations toward a People's Fifth International. So I advocate for a trans-internationalism and will repeat in Bandung in 10 days for the 60th anniversary of the Bandung Conference, our credential and our demand. Today, we must unite to have a global social project in a polycentric world where popular forces of the South, fed up with the North-South monologue, reorient globalization towards a development that is truly about balance, social justice, protecting Mother Earth and human beings and the well-beings of the population. So I would like to leave you with some images of the so-called maneuvers on the African continent. These are very important things that are happening, and it's a pity that we don't really address these issues. But what we want to make sure that you guys endorse is that the campaign, the declaration that was signed by 50 scholars from Africa and Germany is asking to close that military base. So AFRICOM out of Africa, Africa for Africans, at home and abroad, no to foreign bases. US has to leave Germany out of Africa, no to terrorist militarization and foreign bases on the African soil. Get out now, out of Chagos, Diego Garcia, Libreville, Sao Tome, Ceuta, N'Djamena, Senegal, Burkina. It's actually more than 37 facilities on the continent. And this whole jihadist war that you are seeing actually is fueled by the very same neocons who started it in the back. It is very important that we share this information. Once we have the information, I think things are going to be very different. It's not that our countries cannot actually resist the tide. It's that our comprador regime are in a position where, in fact, it's like a blackmail. It's international conditionalities in international cooperation. It's the way our elites are co-opted in this process. The only solution is on the people. When the people stand up, imperialism trembles. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Aziz. An absolutely central input. This whole business of Western remilitarization of Africa in cahoots with the neocolonial class, which he was calling the elite, is a central issue that we need to understand, and it's at the beginning and at the forefront of the struggle that this conference is about, because it's talking about the next stage of the African struggle. Okay, I now want to do two things. We know that this is a conference in recognition of the Fifth Pan-African Congress, and that some declaration or resolution should emerge from it. Put forward a resolution about AFRICOM, which he presented on, and which, as I said, is extremely important. Yes.
So basically the idea is to ask the Fifth Congress to endorse the campaign for the Federalist Union of the African States and to oppose AFRICOM.
Yes. Okay. Is anybody against that? Louder. Let's say it again. What he said is that one voice recommends it. Right. Important speaking.
Just to say that we are supporting. Just to say that we are supporting the campaign for the birth of the United African States in Accra 2017 and to oppose AFRICOM.
And AFRICOM is the American military power in Africa.
mother son. And fight, search right, wicked your mother son.